Hello, my name is Irina Boyka, and I am professor in economics. And today I will talk about the COVID-19 pandemic and its influence on global economic development. The title of my topic and my presentation today is "The COVID-19 and Politicians Threaten Us." The first statement as I would like to make, this is the following. The COVID-19 pandemic is not the main reason, but the trigger for the global economic downturn. The second fact is the COVID pandemic should be seen as not just the medical problem, but the ecological and economic problem as well. Three problems in one bottle treated together, but not separately. A few words about ecology. There are at least two fundamental ecological challenges. The destruction of the environment, including CO2 emission, water pollution, increasing waste production, squeezing biodiversity. And the second is the destruction of the human being itself by polluted air, bad quality food, less physical activities when working online or beyond. I would like to quote the word says by a very eminent group of international scientists who writes, the emergence of a long predicted pandemic, likely related to biodiversity loss, poignantly exemplifies how that imbalance is degrading both human health and wealth. With three-quarters of new infection diseases resulting from human-animal interactions, environmental degradation via climate change, deforestation, intensive farming, bushmeat hunting, and many others, this means the transferic interactions are high. This is a picture which describes the effect of pollution on human health in different ways. And according to some studies, about 8.3 million people annually are killed by the pollution. The main causes for the ecological degradation, anthropogenic. The word should be used for this to express this problem is anthropogenic factor, anthropogenic impact on environment. This is the human activity that should be recognized as the main causes for the ecological destruction. And also these words I took from the article written by this group of scientists. Humans are causing most of the current changes to climate by burning fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas. Economy, this is my field of my professional commitment. And also these words I quote from the international scientists. They says the predominant paradigm is still one of pegging environment against economy. Yet in reality, the choice is between exciting overshoot by design or disaster, because exciting overshoot is inevitable one way or another. This picture describes the model which now is implemented, which now is in use. This model shows that there is enormous volume of natural resources absorbed to produce more and more consumer goods and services, at the same time producing a huge volume of pollution and CO2 emission on a full speed ahead manner. And this process indicated by the GDP, gross domestic product. This is a model brings us to nowhere, and this is very dangerous to go forward to use this model, and we have to change it radically. And the other fact is the contemporary, today's global economy has no resources to use for dealing with pandemic crisis. Look at there, we can see that during decades, the last decades, the global economy was steadily slowing down. So there is no resources not for starting economic growth and to use for long-terming global economic challenges like current pandemic and many others. So we have to change the model to produce more resources to deal with the various challenges in the global world. And also politicians threats us. In some cases, it's more dangerous than many other problems. Political elites, the current political elites, they are consistent with their economic growth, steady state economic growth. This model was emerged after the Second World War, and this model means that the economy is driven by technology advanced production, subsequent growth in international trade, and by the worldwide integrations. And this model was in use after the Second World War. But we know about a lot of diseases as a bubble economy, as the over exploitation of resources, whatever. So this model produces more problems that more wealth for international society. And when saying about the politicians, I would like to use the term simplicity of the political decision-making manner to characterize the political economy decisions during the last decades. Simplicity represented in endless discussions, just only to talk about problems, not to deal something, not to use some complicated decisions, but to talk, sit and talk. And they used to reallocate financial resources, which means they are taking money from one pocket and they're putting money to the other pocket. So it doesn't work anymore, especially for the medical problems, which is very actual, which is very acute today. I hope, I am not a doctor, but I believe the vaccination might be the only one way for conquering the COVID pandemic. But I have at least two questions in this regard. First of all, first question is, could the politicians who has been exploiting the anti-ecological business model, unfriendly business model, which causes the pandemic, to help us to overcome it? And the other question is, are the vaccines which are already in use products from science or from policy? Again, we need to deeply revise the implemented model of economic development and economic growth through reconstruction. And if somebody wants to know more about my vision and about my idea about reconstruction, please find this publication, which is chapter in the book Globalization, entitled Technological Reconstruction of the Global Economy, London 2019. But here today, I would like to state the requirement of the announcement of new economic mainstream. The main feature of this mainstream should be the harmonized interactions between human being and nature. When processing the extraction of resources from nature for the production of consumer goods and services. However, this might be a very different story, the other story. In terms of localized smart technologies, intellectual capital as the main resource for generating economic growth, but not growth and development, resource saving model production. Now I would like to say about the smart economy as our urgency, or smart non-financial economy, which should come to the scene, providing a new frame for business and government decision makings and implemented for designing new strategies. And when we are talking about the future of the global economy, we should think about not recovery, but reconstruction, undertaken in local, national, and consequently global economies. The action are needed. The group of writers, the group of scientists writes about that. Time delays between ecological deterioration and socio-economic penalties, as with climate disruption, for example, impede recognition of the magnitude of the challenge and timely counteraction needed. In addition, discipline specialized and security encourage unfamiliarity with the complex adaptive systems in which problems and their potential solutions are embedded. Okay, let's unite. Now, as never before, we need to unite in opposition to politicians. I believe in doctors which will compose some kind of team, professional team, doctors who are professional in fundamental science and its application. In Russia, here, sometimes we could hear voices from the professional doctors which is in a position to the official standpoint, and they are in a kind of political pressure, but they are very encouraged doctors, and I believe in teams, international global teams of doctors, and also colleges. I would like to believe that they will join doctors, ecologists who are professional in understanding the causes and environmental degradation and in consequences, and of course economists, but new generation of economists who recognizes the need of replacement the existing economic model by new one, and who could produce the new coordinating system for the decision makings, and economists who could act by the model of learning by doing. Okay, let's make me some conclusion. We need smart alliance. We need smart intellectual alliance, global intellectual or global smart alliance, which is only one way for taking the international society from slumping into the new dark ages. Thank you so much for being with me. And if you have some questions, please let me know, and I'll be very glad to reflect on these questions and to be with you. Thank you so much. Good luck.